Children, after irrigation, you can go for, see these steps should be in sequence children. First one is plowing, next one is leveling, next one is sowing the seeds, next one is irrigation. Okay, this should be in sequence. And after that irrigation, go for adding manure and fertilizers. This also very important. Like we eat different types of food for our energy, now the plants also require the manure and fertilizers to grow properly. So let's say here, manure or fertilizers are added to the soil to make it fertile. To make the soil fertile, we should go for the addition of manure and fertilizers. Manure and fertilizers. Manure is made from animal and plant waste, whereas fertilizers are made from chemicals like nitrogen and potassium. So manure is made from, so this manure is made from animal and plant waste. Animal and plant waste. Whereas fertilizers are made from chemicals. So this is the difference children. Made from chemicals like nitrogen and potassium. What is this children? Nitrogen and potassium. So what these manure and fertilizers will give? They are very useful for the plants to grow properly in the right time. At the same time, they make the plant fertile, soil fertile. So manure or fertilizers are added to the soil to make it fertile. Manure is made from animal waste and plant waste. Usually you can observe the compost pits also. What are these compost pits children? The farmers will dig the pits and they will throw the waste like banana peels or coconut coir or anything that are from the plants and animals, and they will cover the soil and they sprinkle the water. After some days, if they remove and open, that can be used as a manure. So next one, fertilizers are also very important. They are made from the chemicals like nitrogen and potassium. So next one is using pesticides. What is this children? Using pesticides. Using pesticides. When the crops grow, yes children, so after plowing, leveling, sowing the seeds, supplying water, irrigation and supplying the manure and fertilizers, automatically the plants will grow properly. At the same time, you have to protect the crop from pests and insects. So here, when the crops grow, they need to be protected from insects and pests. So the green color crop or the attractive crop is, that is will be attractive, and so many insects and pests are attacked. Insects and pests. Pesticides are sprayed on the crops as a preventive measures. So we have seen the weedicides. If you spray the weedicide, the weeds are controlled. If you spray the pesticides, the pests are killed. Why? Because these pests are very dangerous children. If we allow the pests to grow, we can't get the crop properly. That is why the pests should be killed with the help of a chemical called pesticide. Spraying of chemicals should be done very carefully. You have to spray the chemicals very carefully. Sometimes excess chemicals also affect the soil fertility. That is why the chemicals, either pesticides or weedicides or insects, can be killed with insecticides. That is not given actually. That can be killed with insecticides. So all these are chemicals children, and these chemicals, pesticides or insecticides or weedicides, should be sprayed carefully. We should not use excess, we should not go for little. Understand? Okay. Children, next go for harvesting. Harvesting means after protecting the crop from all these insects, pests and weeds, we will get the crop. Then next what you have to do? Can we go and directly eat in the field, children? No, we should cut the crop. That is called harvesting. Cutting of the crop is called harvesting. So harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering ripened crops. So cutting, it is the process of cutting and gathering the ripe crops. Cutting and gathering ripe crops is called harvesting. A crop must be harvested at a right time to obtain maximum production. This is also very important, children. At the right time we should cut the crop. We should not delay, or we should not go for prior. Understand? So we should not cut the crop before the time. We should not cut the crop after the time. The right time we have to cut to get the maximum amount. Next one, crops are harvested with the help of a sickle. So do you know sickle, children? So sickle will be like this, children. So it will be like this. Sickle will be like this. So with the help of the sickle, we can cut the crop, or we can go for machines also. We can go for machines. So this is sickle. So cutting and gathering ripe crops is called harvesting. The crop must be harvested at a right time to obtain maximum production. Crops are harvested with the help of a sickle or machines. Next one is threshing. What is this, children? Threshing. Threshing is nothing but beating the crop to get the grains. Threshing is the process of separating grains from harvested stalks. So that's usually if we'll go for the stalks, will be like this, children. So the grains will present here. So in order to get the grains, you have to beat. So that is called threshing, separating grains. Separating grains. So separating grains is called threshing. It is done with the help of a machines or by bullocks threading over them. So usually this will be done by the bullocks. They will stamp or threading over them, or by machines also. So by machines or by bullocks. Machines or by bullocks. Next one is winnowing. What is this, children? Winnowing. You can see the picture. So this is also very important. So cutting the crop is called harvesting, and beating the crops, or the bullocks thread over them, or by using machines we can separate the grains, that is called as threshing. And winnowing. Winnowing is the process of separating husk from seeds by dropping them from a height. So you can see here separating the grains, separating the husk. So first two figures you can see clearly. So they will do with the chart as children, they will do like this. So usually the husk will be present with the grains, that is will be mixed initially, and if they do from the height like this, what will happen? The husk will be separated, it will be blown out due to the wind. Okay, why? Because the husk is light in weight. And seed being heavier fall on the ground, and husk being lighter is blown further. So seed is heavier, it fall on the ground, and husk is lighter, it goes away. So next one is storing the production. See the third picture, that is called godown. What is that, children? Godown. So that is storing the production. Storing the production. You can see the godown. And storage of harvested grain is another important step. So first one plowing, and second one is the leveling, third one is sowing, fourth one is irrigation, and you have seen the adding manure and fertilizers. Next one pesticides, harvesting, threshing, winnowing, and now it is storing. So here you have to store the food grains properly, otherwise the hard work will be wasted. So here grains are first dried completely. If the grains are not dried completely, there might be an attack of fungus also. So that is why the grains will be dried under the sun. And generally two metal containers or jute sacks are used. So where metal containers, or they will use jute sacks, jute bags. So you can observe the jute bags, okay, the rice jute bags, children, in the ration shops also. The grains are stored in where, children? Godowns. You can see clearly the godowns. So there the grains are stored. Next one is selling. What is the next step, children? Selling. So after storing, the farmers will sell the crop. Farmers sell their crops to wholesalers. To whom, children? To wholesalers they will sell. Wholesalers. To wholesalers they will, okay, sell the crop. Wholesalers, what they will do? Yes, they will sell them to small shopkeepers. Small shopkeepers. And or retailers. Those are retailers. Or retailers. From whom we buy. So we buy from the retailer, and to the retailer the wholesaler will supply, and from the here to the wholesaler they will get from the godown, and to the godown the farmers will give. So this is how the process of growing, okay, first step, growing crops, steps in farming can be done. Okay, children, next very important one, this is subsistence. What is this, children? Subsistence farming. So you have seen the farmers grow the crops in a large fields to supply the food for so many people. But sometimes the farmers will be having the small fields. The entire family work in that field to get the food for them only. That farming is called subsistence farming. Let's see here. One type of farming practiced is subsistence farming. In this type of farming, many farmers have their own small fields. Own small fields. So many types of farmers will have own small fields. All the members of a family work in that field. So all members of a family will work in that field. All the members of the family will work in that field. The yield from this farmer is enough only for the family. That is a small, no, children. The production from that farm is enough for that family only. So this is called subsistence farming. This farming is not done in a large field to supply food for everyone, children. This can be done in a small field. Usually so many farmers will be having this type of small fields. In that small field, the entire family will work, children, and the yield from that farm they will take and they will eat. Okay. Next one is problems faced by small farmers. Now let's see here. What are the problems faced by small farmers? What are the problems faced by small farmers? Small farmers who practice subsistence farming generally depend on rain for their crops. So the farmers who will do this subsistence farming, they'll depend on rain, children. And you know that rain is not in our hands. It depends on the nature and the weather. They do not have enough money, so they borrow money to buy seeds and fertilizers. Usually these are small farmers, they will be having small field, they don't have enough money. So they borrow money to buy fertilizers. Okay, fertilizers and seeds also. Why they borrow, children? Because they don't have enough money. But if the crop do not grow because of excessive rain or no rain, they are unable to repay the loan. So this is how they are facing the problem. Usually they are usually they are poor children. They don't have enough money to buy the seeds and fertilizers, then what they do? They borrow money from their relatives or someone else, or from the bank, they will take the loan. If you won't get the crop in a right time because of excessive rain, if the floods are there, the crop will be gone. If there is no rain, the crop will be gone. So in that case, then how the farmer will repay the loan? They won't repay. So here, at times, the wealthy farmers take charge of their farms in order to get the amount of loan back. So the farmers becomes landless. So what these people will do? If they won't repay the loan on time, the wealthy farmers, those who are rich, what they will do? They take their land. Why they take the land, children? Why? Because they didn't pay the money. Why they didn't pay the money? Because the rain is not proper. Okay, excessive rain or no rain. So this is the thing the farmers are facing in our country also. Why? They are poor children. They have very small field. Okay, they are not having enough money to buy the seeds and fertilizers. They will go for the large farmer and they will take the loan. If they won't repay the loan, the large farmer will take the land from these people and the small farmers will become landless. They have no choice but to toil on the farms of rich farmers who exploit them by giving poor wages. Then what they will do? They have no chance, children. They have to toil. Toil means hard work. Toil means hard work. See, the rich farmers or the wealthy farmers, and these are the small farmers, they have taken the loan from them. If they won't repay, then what these rich farmers will do? They will take the land. If they will take the land, these people will become landless and they won't have any work. And these people, the small farmers, will do hard work here under the rich farmer, and the rich farmer will give small wages, small salary. See how the situation will be. The land who has taken from the small farmer, and this rich farmer is giving the small wages. Actually, that land belongs to small farmers only, children. But due to no rain or excessive rain, they are unable to pay the loan. If they are unable to pay the loan, they have grabbed that land. And if they taken the land, these people will become landless. And they have no choice, they have to work there only by getting small wages. So at times, they are forced to leave their homes and move out to cities in search of work. So they won't survive with the small salaries. Then what they will do, children? They are forced to leave the cities and towns. This movement is called migration. This is called migration. The reason for migration is this one only, children. So here the government has various schemes to help the farmers. Now the governments like central government or state government, now they are helping the farmers. They are giving the loans with the small interest or zero interest. Okay, sometimes if they are unable to pay, they are waiving their loans also. Okay, so that is how the governments are helping. We should help the farmer children. Farmer is the only one who is giving food for us. If we ignore the farmers, then in the future you won't get the food. Okay. Children, now see new techniques of cultivation. As you know that the science and technology is well developed, so that techniques are also using in the agriculture. The government organizes many workshops and radio and television programs for farmers. Many workshops. What do you mean by workshop, children? A workshop is nothing but it is a training. It is a training program. It is a training program so that all the farmers will attend that meeting, okay, or that training, so that how they can, they will train the farmers how they will use the new techniques. So that is called workshop, or through radio and TV, radio and TV programs also. TV is a television program. This help them to adopt many new techniques of cultivation and learn new ways to improve the conditions of soil. So that the farmers will learn new techniques. New techniques. Usually farmers use a number of methods to maintain soil fertility. Let's see. First one, to maintain the soil fertility, soil health properly, farmers use number of ways, children. First one is mixed cropping. What is that, children? Mixed cropping. Children, you know that if there is a paddy in the field, you will see the paddy only. If there is a sugar cane, you will see the sugar cane. But this is a very important, and this is a new term that the farmers will use this technique, that is a mixed cropping. They will grow 2 or 3 crops in the same area. Then what is the advantage if they will go for this mixed cropping? It is a method in which 2 or more crops are grown in the same time, grown at the same time. 2 or more crops. 2 or more crops grown at the same time. Next one, in crop rotation, 2 or more crops are grown in the same field alternatively. First one is mixed crop, second one is crop rotation, children. Crop rotation. Crop rotation means, for example, this year, if the farmers will go for tobacco, production of tobacco, next year they will go for chilies. If this year they will go for rice, next year they should go for sugar cane. Like that they have to alternate the crops, children, which is called crop rotation. First one is mixed cropping. Mixed cropping means in the same field 2 or 3 crops are grown. And next one is crop rotation. Crop rotation is rotating the crops alternatively. Rotating the crops alternately. The field is left uncultivated for short period to help the soil regain its fertility. This is the third technique. They will left uncultivated for short time. Why they left the field uncultivated for short time? In that time, the soil will regain its fertility. Next one, manures and fertilizers are used to make the soil fertile. So we have already learnt about the manures. So manures are made from dead plants and animal waste. So manures and fertilizers. So this is how they are using the new techniques. First one is mixed cropping. Mixed cropping means growing 2 or 3 crops in the same area. Crop rotation means they have to change the crop alternatively. This year if you go for rice, next year sugarcane, again rice, like that. And third one is, what is the third one? They left the field uncultivated for short time. If they left the field uncultivated for short time, what will happen? The soil will regain its fertility. And next one, manures and fertilizers should be added. Okay. Children, you know that the next one is growing population and overuse of land. And you know that India is standing second place in terms of population. Now the population of India is more than 100 crores. So to feed this much population or giving shelter for this much population, it is very difficult. So let's see how this problem is facing. Rapidly growing human population has resulted in increase in the demand for food. So no doubt in that. As the population is growing, everyone needs food. So the demand for food is created. This has led to overuse of land and other natural resources. So in order to feed this much population, and the land has to use. If they will use the land, the natural resources are disturbed. What are disturbed? Natural resources. What are natural resources, children? The resources which occur in the nature are called natural resources, like air, water, soil. Human beings have used natural resources carelessly. See, not only in the nature, children, if you go for your house only, if you will find the water will be wasted in the bathroom or washroom or any in the kitchen, immediately turn off the tap. Otherwise, the water will be wasted. The water is a natural resource. The air is a natural resource. The soil is a natural resource. But what we are doing, we are using carelessly. That should not be done. The results of this carelessness of human beings can be seen in reducing the fertility of soil. So, because of this, it reduces fertility of soil. The soil fertility is reducing. If the soil loses its fertility, and it won't be suitable for agriculture. So, next one, here see, pollution in air and water. So, we are using lots of vehicles, yes or no, like cars and bikes. So, because of that, air pollution is created, noise pollution is created, and due to these industries, air and water pollution is creating. So, because of this population only, the pollution of air and water is there. So, this is how we are misusing the natural resources and rapid cutting of trees. So, what we are doing, if you want to construct any building or anything, simply we are cutting the trees. So, that leads to deforestation. You should not cut the tree. And you know that if you go on cutting the trees, and one day you won't get the rain. So, this is how we are misusing the natural resources. You should not do that. Farmers are using advanced irrigation facilities. So, as the science and technologies develop, the farmers are using advanced irrigation facilities, new scientific methods. We have seen in case of crop production like mixed cropping and crop rotation, manures and fertilizers, pesticides, weedicides to increase the production of crops. But the real remedy means treatment to this situation is the sensible use. We should use sensibly, children. We should not use unwantedly. Okay, the nature actually is a boon for us. It is a gift for us. The God is given gift for us, and we are using for our desires. We should not do like that. Okay. Yeah, children. Now see the words to remember. First one is seed drill. Second one is harrow. What is seed drill? It is a device that sows the seeds for crops by metering out the individual seeds. That means the individual seeds can be dispersed in a proper way with the help of this seed drill. Second one, harrow. A large piece of equipment that is pulled behind a tractor. So, the tractor will be there, and back of the tractor this equipment will be pulled, which is called harrow. Okay. Children, now let us brush up this lesson. Plants that are grown and tended in a field. So, plants that are grown and tended in a field are called crops. So, you know that the place is called field, and the plants which are grown in that field is called crop or crops. Second one, the food that we eat goes through various stages before it is served in our plates. Yes, children, you have seen the various stages, like first one is plowing, leveling, sowing, and supplying of water, and next one is weeding. Weeding is removal of unwanted plants. Next one is harvesting, threshing, beating, okay, and finally storing. Yes or no? And we have seen the applying of manure and fertilizers also. So, these are the various steps okay, that are required to grow a crop before we take it into our plates. So, these are the various steps or various stages. The third one. Various stages in farming are, just now I told you that, plowing, leveling, sowing seeds, removing weeds, irrigation, adding manure and fertilizers, using pesticides, harvesting, threshing, winnowing and storing. So these are the various stages. Okay. So many stages are there, children. So many stages. Right. So this is what we have learnt in this lesson. Next one is life skills. See, take page number 77. Farmers don't just work till the sun goes down. They work till the job gets done. See how what a statement it is given. Farmers don't just work till the sun goes down. They work till the job gets done. That means the job is very important. Even it is a daytime or a night time, they won't bother children. Indeed, farmers are hardworking individuals who work day and night to grow food for our country. That is why in our country also there is a mission or there is a statement that Jai Kisan and Jai Jawan. Yes or no? Kisan is nothing but a farmer. We should respect the farmer. Why? Because he is giving food for us. So without a farmer, we won't get the food and there is no livelihood for everything or everyone. How can you show appreciation and respect towards the farmers? So this is how can you appreciate the farmer and how can you give the respect to the farmer. So this is the end of the lesson number 11, our food, the first part, that is producing food. Thank you.